What if you could start living your best life today? No matter the challenges you face, imagine approaching every day with the confidence that everything will work out, even when things feel uncertain. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or waiting for life to hand you opportunities. It's about taking control of the choices you make right now. In this video, I'll show you how to shift your mindset, take the right actions, and build the life you've always dreamed of, starting today. You don't need a perfect plan or all the answers. All it takes is a decision to trust yourself and the process. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to make today the day everything begins to fall into place. Ready to create your best life? Let's get started. Trust in your ability to make things work out. You see, one of the most important principles I have learned in my life is this: trust in your ability to make things work out. Now, I know some of you might hear that and think, Jim, that sounds nice, but it's not always that simple. I get it. Life isn't always easy, and things don't always go according to plan. But here's the truth. It's in those very moments when everything seems uncertain, when nothing seems to be going right, that trusting yourself becomes the most important thing you can do. Think about this for a moment. You've already made it through so much in your life. Think about the obstacles you've faced, the challenges you've had to overcome, and the times when you thought you couldn't go any further. But guess what? You're here. You're still standing. You made it. You've proven to yourself time and time again that you can handle difficult situations, that you can rise above adversity, and that is something you can trust: your ability to overcome. You have a history, a track record of success. Sure, you've had your setbacks, and yes, there have been times when you stumbled. But what I want you to realize is that every single setback is a lesson. Every single challenge is preparing you for what's next. When you trust in your ability to make things work out, you're trusting in your resilience. You're trusting in your ability to adapt, to adjust, and to keep going, no matter what. Now, trusting yourself doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out right now. It doesn't mean that you have to see the whole path ahead of you. In fact, most successful people didn't know all the answers when they started. They simply had one thing in common. They trusted that they would figure it out as they went. They trusted in the process. They trusted in the journey. And that trust, that unwavering belief in themselves, is what kept them moving forward. I want you to understand something very clear. When you trust in yourself, you take control of your life. You stop letting circumstances dictate your happiness, your success, and your future. Instead, you start believing that you have the power to shape your life, no matter what happens. You're no longer waiting for the world to give you a break, or for someone else to hand you the keys to success. You take the keys yourself. When things aren't going the way you planned, when you feel like you're stuck, that's when you need to dig deep. That's when you need to remind yourself of all the times you've been through something hard before. Remember how you thought it was the end, but you came out stronger. You came out wiser. You came out with a deeper understanding of yourself and what you're capable of. That's what trust looks like. It's knowing that no matter what happens, you will rise above it. You see, life isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. Life is about trusting in your ability to make any moment perfect, through action, through attitude, through persistence. It's about recognizing that even when the road gets tough, you can handle it. Even when things look impossible, you can find a way. You don't need to know all the answers today, but you need to believe in your ability to find them. Trusting yourself means being willing to step into the unknown with confidence. It means taking that leap even when you can't see the entire staircase. The fear will come, doubt will come, but those are just temporary emotions. What's permanent is your ability to move forward, and trust in yourself is the fuel that powers that forward momentum. It's important to remember that trusting yourself is not just a feeling, it's a decision. It's a conscious choice that you make every single day. It's about saying, I believe in myself, and I believe I can figure this out. I trust that even though things are challenging right now, I will get through it. And when you make that decision, something incredible happens. You shift from a place of fear to a place of empowerment. But here's the thing, trust doesn't come without effort. It doesn't come without a little sweat, a little grind. Trust is built through consistent action. It's built by taking that first step, even when you don't know exactly where it will lead. It's built by putting in the work, day in and day out, even when the results aren't immediate. It's built by showing up for yourself, even when it's easier to give up. You see, trusting in your ability to make things work out is a habit. It's a mindset that you must cultivate daily. And the more you practice it, the stronger that trust becomes. It starts with small wins. It starts with believing in your ability to handle challenges, big or small. And with every challenge you face and overcome, that trust grows deeper. It becomes a part of who you are. But here's the kicker. Life will never stop throwing challenges your way. It will never stop testing your resolve. The key is to trust that no matter how tough things get, you'll always find a way to make it work out. I'm not telling you this from a place of theory. I'm not telling you this because I read it in a book. I'm telling you this because I've been there. I've faced setbacks, hardships, and moments of doubt. But I kept trusting myself. I kept moving forward, knowing that the solution was out there somewhere, even if I couldn't see it at the time. And I'm here to tell you, if I can do it, so can you. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to make a commitment to trust yourself, no matter what. I want you to take every challenge and say, I got this. I can handle this. I will make this work. And when you do, watch what happens. Watch as your confidence grows, your results improve, and your life begins to shift in ways you never imagined. Trust in your ability to make things work out. It's not just about hoping for the best. It's about knowing that the best is what you will make happen. And that is how you start creating your best life today. Embrace every challenge as an opportunity for growth. When you look at the challenges in your life, what do you see? Do you see obstacles that stop you from moving forward? Or do you see opportunities for growth, learning, and improvement? The way you view challenges will determine how much you grow. Embracing every challenge as an opportunity for growth is one of the most powerful mindsets you can adopt. When you start viewing your struggles as stepping stones, your entire life begins to change. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you faced something difficult and came out on the other side stronger? I'm sure it's happened before. You faced hardships, doubts, and setbacks, but you didn't give up. You found a way to push through, and you learned something along the way. That's growth. The fact that you didn't stay down when things got tough, that you found a way to rise, shows your ability to grow. But imagine if every challenge you encountered, you saw it through the lens of growth. Imagine how unstoppable you would become. We all face challenges in life, whether it's in our personal relationships, our career, or our health. Life is constantly throwing curveballs. Sometimes it feels like we're walking a tightrope, balancing work, family, and personal goals, all while trying to stay grounded. But here's the thing. The challenges are not here to break us. They're here to teach us, to shape us, and to prepare us for what's next. They are not roadblocks. They are building blocks. When you embrace every challenge as an opportunity for growth, you shift your perspective from one of fear and doubt to one of excitement and possibility. Instead of running away from difficulties, you begin to run towards them. You start looking for the lesson in every situation, knowing that there is something valuable to gain, even in the hardest times. The most successful people didn't reach their goals by avoiding challenges. They reached their goals by accepting those challenges and using them as fuel to move forward. Think about a time when you were faced with a tough situation, and at first you didn't think you could handle it. Maybe it was a difficult project at work, a health issue, or a personal relationship challenge. But you pushed through, didn't you? And when you came out the other side, you realized something. You were stronger. You learned something about yourself. You learned new skills, new perspectives, and even gained new confidence in your abilities. That experience didn't break you. It made you. You see, every challenge you face is an opportunity for you to expand your capacity to handle life's difficulties. It's like going to the gym. The more you lift, the stronger you become. The more challenges you face, the stronger your resolve, your confidence, and your ability to adapt. The only way to avoid growth is to avoid challenges altogether. And if you try to avoid every difficulty, you'll be stuck in a cycle of stagnation, unable to move forward in life. Now, I know that it's not always easy. There are times when life feels overwhelming, and you just want to throw in the towel. But the true test of your character, the true test of your growth, is in those moments. It's about digging deep and finding the strength to keep going. It's about choosing not to let circumstances define you, but rather deciding to define yourself by how you respond to those circumstances. When you embrace challenges, you start to realize that you're capable of so much more than you thought. You start to see opportunities in places where others see obstacles. For instance, if you're dealing with a difficult project at work, Instead of getting frustrated, you can see it as an opportunity to improve your problem-solving skills, to learn new tools, or to enhance your leadership abilities. If you're going through a tough time in a relationship, you can see it as an opportunity to practice patience, to improve your communication, and to grow emotionally. In every situation, there's an opportunity to grow, but you have to be open to it. Growth doesn't happen when things are comfortable. Growth happens when you stretch beyond your limits, when you step outside your comfort zone, and when you push through the resistance that challenges create. The beauty of challenges is that they show you what you're made of. They reveal your strengths, your weaknesses, and your potential. And as you embrace each challenge, you become more of the person you're meant to be. Think about some of the most successful people in the world. They didn't get there by having an easy life. They didn't avoid challenges. They embraced them. They saw every setback as a lesson, every failure as an opportunity to learn, and every difficult situation as a chance to grow. And because of that mindset, they are where they are today. But here's the secret. It's not just about facing challenges. It's about how you face them. When you approach life with a growth mindset, you are not defined by your challenges, but by how you choose to respond to them. You can choose to look at every difficulty as an opportunity to become better, stronger, and more capable. The power is in your hands. You get to decide how you want to respond to life's challenges, and how you respond will determine how much you grow. So how do you start embracing challenges as opportunities for growth? The first step is to change your perspective. Instead of seeing challenges as something negative, see them as something that will help you grow. When you shift your mindset, everything changes. You begin to look at problems as puzzles to be solved, as opportunities to learn and improve. Instead of feeling defeated by challenges, you feel motivated to rise above them. The next step is to take action. It's one thing to say, I'm going to embrace challenges, but it's another thing to actually take steps toward that growth. Don't just wait for challenges to come. Actively seek them out. Push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Take on projects that scare you. Challenge yourself in ways that will stretch your abilities and force you to grow. And when you encounter obstacles, don't back down. Face them head on and use them as stepping stones. Finally, remember that growth is a continuous process. It's not about perfection, and it's not about always getting it right. It's about continually learning, evolving, and becoming better. Every challenge is an opportunity to take another step forward. And as you keep taking those steps, you will find yourself becoming the person you've always wanted to be. Embrace every challenge as an opportunity for growth. When you do, you will transform your life. You will stop seeing difficulties as roadblocks and start seeing them as the fuel that propels you forward. And before you know it, you'll be living a life of constant growth, constantly improving, constantly moving toward the best version of yourself. It's all in your hands. You have the power to turn every challenge into an opportunity for growth. And when you do, you will create the life you've always dreamed of. Believe in yourself even when others doubt you. Believing in yourself is one of the most powerful things you can do in life, especially when the world around you doubts your ability. The truth is, there will always be people who question you, people who tell you that your dreams are too big, that your goals are out of reach. But if you allow the doubts of others to define you, you will never rise to your full potential. You have to believe in yourself when no one else does, because that is when it matters the most. There are moments in life when you will be standing on the edge, facing a huge leap, and no one will be able to see the vision you have for yourself. People may laugh, dismiss your plans, or tell you that it's too risky. And in those moments, it's easy to feel discouraged. But I'm here to tell you that the greatest successes in history were built on the foundation of self-belief, even when others had no faith in the person behind the vision. Think about every successful person you know, whether they're famous or not. Behind their accomplishments lies a belief in themselves that was unshaken, no matter how much the world doubted them. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who listen to the naysayers. They are the ones who have an unshakable belief in their own abilities, even when the odds are stacked against them. When others doubt you, it doesn't mean you're not capable. It simply means that they can't see the potential within you. They don't have the same vision. They haven't walked in your shoes or experienced your unique perspective. And here's the key. Their doubts are not a reflection of your abilities. They are simply a reflection of their own limitations. You have to realize that their opinions don't define your reality. The only thing that truly matters is what you believe about yourself and what you're willing to do to prove it. There are countless stories of individuals who were told they would never succeed, yet they pushed forward, fueled by their belief in themselves. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Oprah Winfrey was told she was unfit for television. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. These were people who faced doubt, rejection, and criticism. But they didn't let it stop them. They trusted in their abilities, even when others couldn't see it. They chose to believe in themselves when the world didn't. And that's why they became icons in their fields. The truth is, you can achieve whatever you set your mind to, but it starts with believing in yourself, even when others doubt you. It's not always going to be easy. The path to success is rarely a straight line, and there will be moments when it feels like the whole world is against you. But those are the moments when your belief in yourself needs to be the strongest. When others doubt you, it's your belief in your own potential that will keep you moving forward. Believing in yourself means trusting that you have the strength, the talent, and the perseverance to face whatever comes your way. It means not waiting for permission from anyone else to pursue your dreams. It means taking action, even when you feel uncertain, and pushing through the fear of failure. Because here's the thing, failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. Every successful person has faced setbacks, challenges, and failures along the way. The difference is that they kept going. They didn't let the fear of failure stop them. They believed in themselves, even in the face of adversity. Self-belief also means being willing to ignore the negativity around you. It means not getting discouraged by the opinions of people who don't see your vision or understand your goals. It's easy to get caught up in what others think, but you have to remember that their doubts are not a reflection of who you are. People often doubt what they don't understand. Your dreams may seem big or unrealistic to others, but that doesn't mean they're impossible. It only means that you have a different vision for your life than they do. One of the hardest things you'll encounter on your journey is the temptation to seek validation from others. We all want to be accepted, to feel supported, and to have people cheer us on. But if you rely on others' approval to move forward, you'll never truly step into your potential. You cannot wait for permission to pursue your dreams. You can't wait for someone to tell you it's okay. You have to give yourself permission. You have to believe in yourself, regardless of the doubts others might have. And when you do that, you'll start seeing the doors open for you. When others doubt you, use it as fuel. Let their negativity motivate you to prove them wrong. Let it push you to work harder, to be better, and to show them that you are capable of far more than they can imagine. Use their doubt to ignite your passion and drive. The more they doubt, the more you have to prove. But believing in yourself isn't just about ignoring the doubts of others. It's also about recognizing your own worth and acknowledging your unique strengths. It's about knowing that you bring something valuable to the table, even if others don't see it yet. You don't need the approval of others to know that you are enough. You don't need validation to pursue your dreams. You are enough, and your dreams are valid, regardless of what anyone else says. Belief in yourself also means learning to trust your instincts. When everyone around you is telling you to go left, and you feel deep down that you should go right, trust that gut feeling. Trust that inner voice. That's where your true path lies. The only person who truly knows your potential is you. And the more you trust in your instincts and your ability to navigate life's challenges, the more you'll find that your confidence grows. When you take action based on your self-belief, doors will begin to open, opportunities will appear, and your path will become clearer. Remember, success is not a matter of luck or circumstances. It's a matter of believing in yourself and your ability to overcome whatever stands in your way. It's about taking consistent, determined action toward your goals, even when others doubt you. The most successful people are not the ones who had the easiest path. They are the ones who believed in themselves despite the obstacles. They believed in their dreams, even when others told them it was impossible. So when people doubt you, don't let it hold you back. Let it propel you forward. Let their doubts be the fuel that drives you to prove them wrong. Let it remind you that your dreams are worth pursuing, and that you are more than capable of making them a reality. Believe in yourself, because when you do, everything changes. You stop seeking validation from others, and you start creating your own path. You stop waiting for permission, and you start taking action. You stop doubting your abilities, and you start believing that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. In the end, the only opinion that truly matters is your own. Believe in yourself, and watch the world around you begin to believe in you too. Take responsibility for your actions and outcomes today. Taking responsibility for your actions and outcomes today is one of the most empowering decisions you can make in your life. The moment you accept full responsibility for where you are right now, you take back control. This is not just about owning up to your mistakes or the things that didn't go right. It's about acknowledging your role in everything, both the good and the bad, and understanding that you hold the power to shape your future through your choices. The key is in your hands right now. We live in a world that often encourages us to look outward for answers. It's easy to blame circumstances, the people around us, or external factors for the way things turn out. But let me tell you something. When you begin to take full responsibility, you no longer need to blame anyone or anything for your circumstances. You start to realize that every situation, every outcome, is influenced by your actions and decisions. You're not a victim of life. You're the creator of your own story. When you take responsibility, you no longer need to look for excuses or place blame. You get to choose how to respond, and that's the ultimate power. The problem with avoiding responsibility is that it keeps you stuck. If you blame your current situation on other people or circumstances, then you give away your power. You're telling yourself that someone or something else is in charge of your life. And if that's true, then you are a passive observer in your own story. You can't change your life if you don't own it. Taking responsibility means you become the person who shapes your outcomes, rather than someone who reacts to them. Here's the truth. You are where you are right now because of the decisions you made in the past. Every action, every choice, and every thought you've had up to this point has led you to where you are today. And that's a powerful realization, because it means that if you want to change where you are tomorrow, you can start with the choices you make today. The moment you take responsibility for your actions, you unlock the ability to change the course of your life. You begin to understand that you are not at the mercy of your circumstances. You are the architect of your destiny. But taking responsibility is not always easy. It's much easier to blame external factors, to point fingers at your job, your boss, your upbringing, or the economy. But when you blame, you give away your power. The act of blaming someone or something else means you're choosing not to take action. You're choosing to be a passive observer instead of an active participant. If you're blaming anyone for your current situation, you are choosing not to take the steps that will lead to your success. Taking responsibility requires courage. It means looking yourself in the mirror and admitting, I am where I am because of the choices I've made. It means not hiding from the truth and being honest about the role you've played in getting here. But the beautiful part about this is that once you embrace responsibility, you realize you have the power to change your future with the same hands that created your present. I know that some of you might be thinking, but Jim, what about the things that happened to me that were out of my control? What about the situations I had no power over? And that's a valid question. Life happens, and sometimes things beyond our control can knock us down. But here's the key. Even in those moments, you still have a choice. You may not be able to control the events that happen to you, but you can always control how you respond. When something unexpected happens, taking responsibility means looking at the situation and asking yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? What actions can I take to make sure I don't repeat this mistake? It means choosing to use the challenges you face as stepping stones toward growth, rather than excuses for staying stuck. You see, responsibility is not just about owning up to mistakes or bad decisions. It's about taking ownership of the actions that will get you to where you want to go. It's about recognizing that you have the ability to move forward, even when things are tough. Every action you take, every decision you make, either brings you closer to your goals or takes you further away. And when you take responsibility, you begin to make decisions with that understanding in mind. The great thing about responsibility is that it is within your control. It's not dependent on the economy, the government, or anyone else. It's all about the choices you make today. If you want to be successful, you can start by taking responsibility for your actions and outcomes today. Every small decision, every little choice adds up. And when you make the decision to take full responsibility for your life, you will begin to see the results. Let's talk about one of the biggest mistakes that people make when it comes to responsibility. Many people think that taking responsibility means blaming themselves when things go wrong. They think it's about accepting the blame for everything. But that's not true. Taking responsibility is not about punishing yourself for the past. It's about taking ownership of the future. It's about saying, yes, I made some mistakes, but I am not defined by them. I am defined by the choices I make going forward. Every successful person has faced adversity. They have made mistakes, encountered failures, and had their share of setbacks. But what sets them apart is that they took responsibility. They didn't let their failures define them. They didn't use them as excuses to give up. Instead, they used those moments to grow and to make better decisions moving forward. They learned from their mistakes and used that knowledge to become better. Taking responsibility also means being proactive. It means making the conscious decision to take control of your life right now. It's about taking action today, not waiting for the perfect moment to start. People who take responsibility don't wait for things to happen to them. They make things happen. They act with purpose and intent. They don't wait for someone else to solve their problems for them. They are the ones who roll up their sleeves and take action, no matter the circumstances. If you want to change your life, it starts with the decisions you make today. It starts with the responsibility you take for your actions. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop blaming others. Take responsibility for where you are, and choose to take responsibility for where you want to go. By doing this, you stop being a victim of your circumstances. You stop feeling powerless and start feeling empowered. You start to see that every decision you make can move you closer to the life you want. You become the person who shapes your destiny, instead of the one who reacts to life's challenges. And when you do this, your life will never be the same. Today is the day. Take responsibility for your actions and outcomes and create the life you deserve. The choice is yours, and the power is in your hands. You have everything you need to make the most of this moment. And the next one, it's all up to you. Create a vision for your best life and act now. Creating a vision for your best life and acting on it today is one of the most powerful and transformative actions you can take. Many people go through life without a clear vision, simply reacting to what comes their way. They move from day to day, letting the circumstances and situations of life dictate their course. But if you want to create a life that you truly desire, one filled with purpose, fulfillment, and success, you need to start by creating a clear vision for where you want to go, and then act on it immediately. Having a vision is not about wishful thinking. It's not about hoping that things will magically fall into place. It's about crafting a clear, concrete picture of the life you want to live, and then taking intentional, focused action toward making that vision a reality. Your vision is the roadmap that guides you to your destination, and without it, you're just wandering. It's the difference between being driven by purpose and simply drifting along. Creating your vision starts with identifying what you truly want out of life. What is your ultimate goal? What do you want to achieve, experience, or contribute? This is where most people get stuck. They either don't take the time to think about it, or they don't believe they're worthy of a big dream. But here's the thing. Your vision doesn't have to be small or limited by current circumstances. It should be something that excites you, something that stretches you, something that inspires you to wake up every day and take action. When you create your vision, make it clear and specific. Don't just say, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy. Those are vague and don't give you a clear direction to follow. Instead, get specific. What does success look like to you? What does happiness mean to you? Define it. Picture it in your mind as vividly as possible. The more detailed your vision, the more powerful it will be. You need to see the path clearly in order to walk it. But creating the vision is just the first part of the process. The next step, and the most critical part, is acting on it right now. Far too many people get stuck in the planning phase. They wait for the perfect time to start. They wait for the right opportunity. They wait until they feel fully ready. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect time. There will always be challenges. There will always be obstacles. And there will always be uncertainty. The key is not waiting for everything to align perfectly. The key is to act now. The power of now cannot be overstated. The only time you have is right now. The actions you take today will shape your future. The decisions you make today will determine where you are tomorrow. If you continue waiting for the right time, you'll never take action. You'll keep postponing your dreams, and eventually, you'll realize that the years have passed, and you haven't made the progress you desired. But if you commit to taking action now, No matter how small, you'll start building momentum toward your vision. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of perfection. You might think that your first step has to be perfect, or that you need all the details worked out before you begin. But perfection is the enemy of progress. Taking imperfect action is better than doing nothing at all. As you take action, you will learn. You will adjust. You will refine your approach. But if you don't start, you will never make any progress. Remember, a vision without action is just a dream. It's not enough to simply imagine the life you want. You have to take the steps that will bring it to life. Action is the bridge between your dreams and reality. Each step you take moves you closer to your vision. Whether it's learning a new skill, connecting with people who can help you, or making a decision that takes you out of your comfort zone, every small action is a step toward your best life. It's also important to understand that acting on your vision doesn't mean everything will be smooth sailing. There will be setbacks, there will be challenges, and there will be moments when you feel like giving up. But those challenges are part of the process. They are the tests that determine how badly you want your vision. Don't let obstacles derail you. Instead, see them as opportunities to grow, to learn, and to become better. A key part of acting on your vision is resilience. The ability to keep going when things don't go as planned. When you face obstacles, don't throw in the towel. Stay focused on your vision and adjust your approach if needed. It's not about avoiding challenges. It's about developing the strength to push through them. Each challenge you face builds your character and strengthens your resolve. Every time you persevere, you become more capable of handling even greater challenges in the future. One of the most important elements of acting on your vision is staying committed. It's easy to get distracted by shiny new things, or to give up when things get tough. But those who achieve their dreams are the ones who stay committed, even when it's hard. They keep their eyes on the prize and stay focused on the long-term goal, rather than getting discouraged by short-term difficulties. Another powerful aspect of creating and acting on your vision is the sense of purpose it provides. When you have a clear vision for your life, every day becomes an opportunity to take meaningful action toward that vision. Your actions are no longer aimless or random. They are aligned with your purpose, which gives you direction, focus, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. Purpose is what makes the journey worthwhile. It's the fuel that keeps you going when you feel like giving up. Without a vision, you're just going through the motions. But when you create a vision for your best life, you ignite a fire within yourself that propels you forward. But even when things get tough, don't lose sight of why you started. There will be moments when you question whether it's worth it, when you wonder if your dream is even achievable. But in those moments, remind yourself why you created the vision in the first place. Remember the reason behind your dream. Keep that reason close to your heart and let it drive you forward. Creating a vision for your best life and acting on it today is not just about achieving success. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be. It's about stepping into your full potential and living a life that is aligned with your values, your passions, and your purpose. When you create a vision and take action, you are not just building a future, you are shaping your destiny. So don't wait. Create a vision for your best life and act on it now. The sooner you take action, the sooner you will begin to see the results. And as you take consistent steps toward your vision, you will begin to realize that the life you once dreamed of is now your reality. The power to create your best life is in your hands, and it all starts with the decision to act today. Focus on progress, not perfection in your journey. In your journey towards success, one of the most important lessons you can learn is to focus on progress, not perfection. The pursuit of perfection often leads to frustration, self-doubt, and stagnation. We live in a world that constantly pushes us to do more, be more, and achieve more. The pressure to be perfect in every aspect of our lives can be overwhelming. But here's the truth. Perfection is an illusion, and progress is where the real growth happens. It's natural to want to do things perfectly, especially when we care deeply about our goals. We want to get everything right, to have everything in place, and to present our best selves to the world. But the truth is, perfectionism can be paralyzing. It stops us from taking action because we're so afraid of making mistakes. We wait for the right moment, the right circumstances, or the right conditions. We keep thinking that once we get everything just right, we'll start moving forward. But that's not how growth works. Perfectionism can lead to inaction. It can keep you stuck in the planning stage, constantly refining, revising, and rethinking. But you can't grow or make progress if you're not taking action. Every time you focus on perfection, you delay your ability to learn, adapt, and improve. Progress comes from doing, learning, and adjusting as you go. It's about taking small steps forward, even if those steps aren't perfect. Every step, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. When you focus on progress, you're freeing yourself from the pressure to be perfect. You're giving yourself permission to make mistakes and learn from them. Mistakes aren't failures. They are opportunities to grow and improve. The most successful people in the world didn't get to where they are by being perfect. They got there by being persistent, by making progress every single day, and by continuously learning from their experiences. It's important to recognize that success is a journey, not a destination. The journey is where the magic happens. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of the end goal, in thinking that once you reach a certain point, everything will be perfect. But the reality is that the end goal is never as satisfying as you think it will be, because when you get there, you'll set new goals and raise the bar. Life is an ongoing process of growth and evolution, and the key to enjoying that process is to focus on making progress, not on achieving perfection. In the pursuit of progress, the key is consistency. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when things aren't perfect. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who get everything right from the start. They are the ones who keep going, even when they encounter setbacks. They understand that perfection is not the goal. Improvement is. With every step forward, you're getting better, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Think about the last time you learned something new, whether it was a new skill, a new habit, or a new way of thinking. You probably didn't get it perfect on the first try. In fact, most people get things wrong many times before they finally succeed. But the key is that they keep going. They focus on making progress, not being perfect. They give themselves permission to fail, because they know that each failure brings them closer to success. When you focus on progress, you start to embrace the process of growth. You start to value the small wins, the improvements, and the steps forward. Progress isn't always about big leaps. Sometimes it's about taking small, consistent actions that build over time. The more you focus on making progress, the more momentum you'll create, and momentum is a powerful thing. Once you start making progress, you'll find that the road ahead becomes easier. You'll feel more confident, more capable, and more motivated to keep moving forward. Another important aspect of focusing on progress is celebrating your wins, no matter how small they may seem. It's easy to overlook small victories when you're focused on perfection, but those small wins add up. They are proof that you're moving forward, that you're making progress, and that you're on the right path. Celebrating your progress keeps you motivated and reminds you of how far you've come. When you take the time to acknowledge your accomplishments, you build confidence in yourself and your ability to achieve more. Let's talk about the role of patience in progress. Progress takes time, and it's important to be patient with yourself. We live in an age of instant gratification, where everything is expected to happen quickly. But real progress is not instant. It takes time, effort, and patience. You may not see immediate results, but that doesn't mean you're not moving forward. Sometimes progress is slow, but it's still progress. The key is to trust the process, to keep taking action, and to know that over time the results will come. Focusing on progress also means being kind to yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself when things don't go as planned. Understand that mistakes are part of the journey, and that you don't have to be perfect to make progress. When you focus on progress, you stop judging yourself for every misstep and start appreciating the effort you're putting in. You recognize that every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. This mindset shift allows you to keep moving forward without the fear of failure holding you back. Finally, progress is about embracing change. The world is constantly changing, and the more you focus on progress, the more you will be able to adapt to those changes. Perfection often means staying stuck in one place, trying to get things just right. But progress means being willing to evolve, to change course when needed, and to continuously improve. The more you embrace change, the more you will grow, and the more opportunities you will create for yourself. Remember, perfection will never get you to where you want to be, but progress will. Don't let the fear of making mistakes or not being perfect stop you from moving forward. Focus on progress, not perfection, Celebrate your small wins. Be patient with the process. Trust that every step forward, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goals. And most importantly, enjoy the journey. Because in the end, it's not about being perfect. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, one step at a time. Commit to daily actions that align with your goals. Committing to daily actions that align with your goals is the single most powerful way to ensure progress and success in your life. It is not enough to simply have big dreams or aspirations. It is not enough to visualize success or talk about what you want to achieve. The real power comes in the daily decisions you make, the small actions you take every day that bring you closer to your goals. Consistency is the key. Success is not built on grand gestures or one-time efforts. It is built on the steady daily commitment to actions that move you forward. Every goal you set in life, whether personal or professional, requires action to become a reality. Without action, even the most well-intentioned plans will remain just that, plans. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not necessarily talent, luck, or resources. The difference is the willingness to show up every single day and take deliberate action toward your goals. It's about building habits, maintaining focus, and staying committed to the small steps that ultimately lead to big results. When you commit to daily actions, you are consciously choosing to prioritize your goals over distractions, setbacks, and obstacles. Life is full of interruptions. There will always be something trying to pull your attention away from your path, whether it's the demands of your job, your family, or unexpected challenges. But your success depends on your ability to stay focused on the actions that matter most, no matter how busy or chaotic life gets. It's easy to put off what matters, thinking you have plenty of time or that you'll get to it later. But time doesn't wait, and every moment you delay is a moment you're not moving closer to your dreams. Daily action is not about making huge leaps every day. It's about making progress, no matter how small. Each day presents an opportunity to take a step forward, even if that step seems insignificant at the time. When you consistently show up and take action, you build momentum. Momentum is what keeps you moving, even when things get difficult. It's the feeling of moving forward, of making progress, and it propels you to keep going. The more you commit to daily actions, the more natural and effortless progress becomes. One of the most common reasons people fail to achieve their goals is because they expect instant results. They want to see dramatic changes right away. And when that doesn't happen, they lose motivation. The truth is, real progress takes time. It's a gradual process that requires patience, persistence, and consistent effort. But every small action you take builds on the last. And over time, those small actions compound into significant achievements. It's like planting seeds in a garden. At first, you won't see much growth. But with consistent care and attention, those seeds will eventually sprout, grow, and bloom into something beautiful. To make daily actions work for you, it's essential to have a clear understanding of your goals. Without a clear goal, your daily actions will be aimless. You'll be busy, but you won't be moving toward anything specific. That's why clarity is so important. You need to know exactly what you're working toward so you can align your actions with that goal. Whether it's building a business, getting healthier, learning a new skill, or improving your relationships, every goal requires a focused, consistent effort. Take the time to break your goals down into actionable steps. Once you have your goal, break it into smaller tasks that you can work on each day. Don't try to do everything at once. Focus on the next step and the next action. This makes your goal feel more achievable and less overwhelming. It also allows you to make real progress every day. Remember, progress is built on daily actions, not on the pressure to do everything all at once. Another key to committing to daily actions is accountability. It's easy to put things off when no one is holding you accountable. But when you make a commitment to yourself and share it with others, you're more likely to follow through. This could mean having an accountability partner, sharing your progress with a friend, or simply writing down your goals and reviewing them regularly. Accountability keeps you on track and reinforces your commitment to the actions that will lead to your success. But even when you hold yourself accountable, there will be times when you feel like giving up. You will encounter setbacks, roadblocks, and days when it feels like nothing is going right. In those moments, it's crucial to stay committed to your actions. Don't let temporary setbacks derail you. Remind yourself why you started. Remember that every challenge is a chance to learn and grow. Every obstacle is an opportunity to strengthen your resolve. One of the biggest benefits of committing to daily actions is the sense of empowerment it creates. When you take consistent action, you begin to see that you are in control of your future. You stop waiting for things to happen to you and start creating the life you want. Each action you take is a choice to move in the direction of your dreams. Over time, you'll develop a sense of confidence in your ability to achieve anything you set your mind to, because you know that success is within your control. You also need to recognize that commitment doesn't mean perfection. Some days will be better than others, and some days you may not feel like taking action. But commitment means doing the work, even on those days when you're not feeling it. It's about showing up regardless of how you feel. It's about being disciplined enough to take action, even when it's difficult, uncomfortable, or inconvenient. True commitment is about being consistent, not perfect. As you make daily actions a habit, you'll find that progress becomes a part of your daily routine. It's no longer something you have to force yourself to do. It becomes a natural part of your day. You'll begin to crave the sense of accomplishment that comes with moving forward. The more you see the results of your daily actions, the more motivated you'll become. Success builds on itself. The more you achieve, the more confident you become, and the more determined you are to keep going. Ultimately, the commitment to daily actions is the foundation of long-term success. Success is not a one-time event. It's the result of sustained, consistent effort over time. The person who achieves their goals is the one who stays committed, day in and day out, to the actions that lead them there. Every successful person you admire has gotten where they are because of their commitment to taking action every single day. In your journey, there will be distractions, challenges, and obstacles, but none of those can stop you unless you allow them to. Your commitment to daily actions will carry you through the tough times. When you make progress a daily habit, it becomes part of who you are. It becomes a mindset, a way of life. You will no longer be the person who waits for things to happen. You will be the person who makes things happen, one action at a time. So commit today. Commit to daily actions that align with your goals. Focus on the process, not the outcome. Let your actions today be the foundation for your success tomorrow. Every step you take moves you closer to the life you want. Every day you commit to your goals is another step forward. Make the decision to take action now, and watch how it transforms your life. Keep pushing forward, even when the road gets tough. In life, there will be moments when the road gets tough. It's inevitable. You'll encounter challenges, obstacles, and setbacks that test your strength, your resolve, and your determination. There will be days when you feel like you can't go any further, when the weight of the journey feels too heavy to bear. But here's the thing. The road that gets tough is the road that leads to success. It's the road that shapes you, builds your resilience, and brings out the strength you never knew you had. When you keep pushing forward, even when the road gets tough, you're becoming the person you were meant to be. When life gets difficult, it's easy to feel defeated. It's easy to give in to frustration, to throw in the towel and say, "This is too much. I can't do it anymore." But I want you to understand something deeply important. You are stronger than you think. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth. Every struggle, every hardship is not meant to break you, but to make you. The moments when the road gets tough are the moments that define who you are and who you will become. It's in those moments that your true character is built. Perseverance is key. The people who succeed are not always the most talented, the most educated, or the most fortunate. The people who succeed are the ones who keep going, even when the road gets tough. They are the ones who refuse to quit, who dig deep, and find the strength to keep moving forward. It doesn't matter how many times they fall. What matters is that they get back up. What matters is that they keep pushing, even when every part of them wants to stop. There will be times when the road ahead seems unclear. You won't know exactly what to do or how things will turn out. But that's the beauty of persistence. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to keep moving forward. Trust that as you keep pushing, the path will unfold before you. It may not be easy, and it may not be immediate, but you will find your way. The key is not stopping, even when the journey gets hard. Every step you take, even when the road is difficult, is progress. Success is not always about making huge leaps forward. Sometimes success is simply taking the next step. It's waking up every day and deciding that you're not going to quit. It's continuing to show up, even when you feel like no progress is being made. Every small action, every effort you put in, is getting you closer to your goal. Even when it feels like you're stuck, even when you feel like you're not making headway, the fact that you're still moving forward is what matters. You will face moments of doubt, moments when you question whether it's worth it, whether you're capable, or whether you'll ever reach your destination. In those moments, I want you to remember this. It's not about how fast you go or how smooth the road is. It's about staying on the road, no matter what. There will be moments when you feel like you're running in place, when it feels like the destination is further away than ever. But the fact that you're still moving forward, no matter how slowly, means that you are getting closer. It's not about speed, it's about staying in the game. And when you face setbacks, and you will face setbacks, remember that they are not failures. Setbacks are simply opportunities to learn, grow, and adapt. The road to success is not a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and obstacles that challenge your resolve. But every setback is a lesson, a chance to recalibrate, a chance to become better. If you learn from each setback, you will become stronger, smarter, and more capable. The setbacks aren't the end of your journey. They are part of the journey. The most difficult times in life often bring the greatest rewards. When the road gets tough, that's when you're being tested. And it's in those tests that your strength is revealed. It's in the tough moments that you discover how resilient you truly are. The tougher the road, the greater the potential for growth. Every time you push forward through adversity, you're building your resilience, your character, and your capacity for success. You're showing yourself that you can handle more than you thought possible. I know that it's easy to want to quit when things get hard. It's easy to give up when the road ahead looks impossible. But here's the truth. The road may be tough, but it's not impossible, and you are stronger than you think. Every challenge you face is a step closer to the person you want to be. The more you push through the tough times, the more you grow and the more you prepare yourself for the success that is waiting for you. When you commit to pushing forward, you change the game. You stop being a passive observer in your own life, waiting for things to get easier. You become an active participant, someone who shapes their own destiny. You stop waiting for the perfect moment, the right conditions, or the absence of obstacles. You take control of your future, and you decide that no matter how tough the road gets, you are going to keep going. There will be times when you question yourself, when you feel overwhelmed by the weight of the journey. In those moments, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself of the bigger picture. Why did you set that goal in the first place? What do you want to achieve? And why does it matter? The tougher the road, the greater the reward at the end. You are on this journey for a reason, and you owe it to yourself to keep going, no matter how hard it gets. Every time you push through adversity, you come one step closer to becoming the person you are meant to be. Every time you refuse to quit, you reinforce your belief in yourself. The road may be tough, but you are tougher. Keep pushing forward, even when it feels impossible, because the strength and growth you gain from those challenges will carry you to places you never imagined possible. Success doesn't come easily, and it doesn't come without a fight, but the fight is worth it. The struggles, the challenges, the tough times, they are all part of the journey that leads to greatness. Keep pushing forward, even when the road gets tough, because that's when you're closer than ever to your breakthrough. The road ahead may be challenging, but you are more than capable of overcoming it. Trust yourself, keep moving forward, and know that every step you take, no matter how small, is one step closer to your ultimate success. Let go of fear and trust the process of life. Fear is one of the most limiting emotions we can experience, and it holds us back from achieving everything we are capable of. Fear stops us from pursuing our dreams, from taking risks, and from stepping into the future we desire. But what if I told you that you don't need to be afraid? What if you could let go of that fear and trust the process of life? Imagine the freedom, the opportunities, and the growth that would be possible. if you could simply surrender the fear that has been holding you back and trust in the journey ahead. Fear is a natural response to the unknown. It's what happens when we step into situations that feel uncertain or risky. But here's the thing. Uncertainty is not something to be afraid of. It's something to embrace. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be unknowns. That's what makes it exciting. It's easy to get caught up in the fear of what might happen or what could go wrong. But the reality is that most of what we fear never actually happens. The fear is simply a product of our imagination, often exaggerated by our minds to keep us safe from what we perceive as danger. But what if we stopped listening to that voice of fear and instead listened to the voice of opportunity? Letting go of fear requires a mindset shift. It's about choosing to trust the process of life, even when you can't see the end result. Life is not always going to go according to plan. There will be bumps along the way. There will be moments of doubt, and there will be setbacks. But the key is in how you respond to those moments. You can choose to allow fear to control you, to paralyze you, or you can choose to trust that every step you take is leading you in the right direction, even when things aren't perfect. Trusting the process of life means acknowledging that there are forces at work beyond your control. It means surrendering the need to have everything figured out right now. You don't need to know every detail of how your journey will unfold. In fact, most of life's most fulfilling moments come when we let go of the need to control everything. We can't predict the future, but we can trust that the experiences we have along the way are shaping us, guiding us, and preparing us for the next step. The first step to letting go of fear is accepting that life is inherently uncertain. Uncertainty is not a threat, it's an invitation. It's an invitation to grow, to stretch beyond your comfort zone, and to step into new experiences. When you let go of fear, you free yourself to explore all that life has to offer. You free yourself from the limitations you've imposed on yourself, from the doubts that keep you in the same place. The most successful people in life are not the ones who avoided uncertainty. They are the ones who leaned into it, who took risks, and who trusted that everything would work out as it was meant to. When you trust the process of life, you stop fighting against the flow. You stop struggling against what is happening right now and start embracing it. This doesn't mean you have to like everything that happens to you, but it means that you trust that it's all part of the journey. Every experience, every challenge, and every setback is preparing you for what's next. Trusting the process means understanding that life is unfolding exactly as it should, even when you can't see the bigger picture. There will be moments when the path feels unclear, when fear creeps in and you're not sure what comes next. But in those moments, remind yourself that you are not alone. The universe is always working in your favor, even when you don't understand why things are happening the way they are. Life is always evolving, and it's evolving in ways that are beyond our immediate comprehension. Trusting the process is about accepting that you don't have to have all the answers right now. You only need to trust that the answers will come. Fear often comes from a place of self-doubt. We question ourselves, our abilities, and our worth. We wonder if we're good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. But let me tell you this, you are enough. You have everything within you to succeed. All you need to do is trust in your abilities, trust in the decisions you've made, and trust that the process will guide you where you need to go. Fear thrives when we doubt ourselves. It feeds off of our insecurities and amplifies them. But when we replace that fear with trust, we can move forward with confidence, knowing that every step we take is leading us closer to where we're meant to be. One of the most powerful tools in overcoming fear is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of staying present in the moment, of focusing on what is happening right now, rather than getting lost in worries about the future. Fear often comes from imagining worst-case scenarios or projecting future outcomes that may never happen. But when you focus on the present moment, you realize that right now, in this moment, you are safe, you are capable, you are worthy. By staying present, you can quiet the voice of fear and tune into the calm, steady voice of trust. Trust that the next step will reveal itself when the time is right. Trust that you are being guided towards something greater than you can currently see. Letting go of fear and trusting the process is also about developing resilience. Life is full of challenges, and you will encounter moments that test your strength and your resolve. But when you trust the process, you trust that these challenges are not there to break you. They are there to help you grow. Every challenge is an opportunity to build resilience, to strengthen your character, and to refine your skills. Trusting the process means knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way because you've already faced difficulties in the past and emerged stronger. Another important aspect of letting go of fear is forgiveness. Often our fear comes from past experiences, from mistakes, failures, or disappointments that we haven't fully let go of. These past experiences hold us back, keep us trapped in a cycle of fear and self-doubt. But in order to truly trust the process of life, we must forgive ourselves and others for past mistakes. We must release the grip of the past and make room for new opportunities, new experiences, and new growth. Forgiveness allows us to move forward with an open heart, free from the weight of fear and regret. When you trust the process, you start to see life through a different lens. You begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth, setbacks as lessons, and uncertainty as an invitation to explore new possibilities. Life becomes an adventure, a journey filled with endless potential and endless possibilities. The road may not always be smooth, but when you let go of fear and trust the process, you will find that each step brings you closer to your true purpose and your highest potential. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to control every outcome. All you need to do is trust the process. Take it one step at a time, and have faith that life is leading you where you need to go. When you let go of fear and trust the process, you will discover that life is not something that happens to you, but something that is happening for you. It is a journey of growth, learning, and becoming the person you were always meant to be. Trust the process, let go of fear, and watch how your life unfolds in the most beautiful, unexpected, and fulfilling ways. Make choices today that lead to your desired future. Every day you are presented with choices, decisions that will shape your future. The future you want, the life you desire, is not some distant, abstract concept that will magically appear one day. It is created by the choices you make today. What you do right now will determine where you end up in the years to come. The simple, everyday decisions you make are the building blocks of your future. If you want to create a life that reflects your deepest desires and aspirations, you must start by making the right choices today. Often we tend to focus too much on the big, life-changing moments. We wait for some breakthrough event, for the perfect opportunity to come knocking on our door. But the truth is that those moments are rare and fleeting. It's the small, everyday choices that have the most impact on our lives. It's the decision to get up early, to invest in your health, to work towards your goals, even when it's tough. It's the decision to say no to distractions and yes to your dreams. It's these choices that accumulate over time, gradually shaping the life you want to live. You have the power to create the life you want, but it starts with making decisions that align with your desired future. If you want to live a life of success, fulfillment, and happiness, you must choose actions today that move you toward that reality. It's easy to get caught up in immediate gratification, to make choices based on what feels good in the moment. But true success comes from making choices that may not always be easy in the short term, but that will pay off in the long term. Every choice you make is an investment in your future. Start by defining the life you want. What do you want to achieve? What kind of person do you want to become? The clearer your vision for the future, the easier it will be to make decisions today that lead you in that direction. If you don't have a clear vision, it's easy to make choices that don't align with your ultimate goals. You might find yourself drifting, reacting to life, rather than actively shaping it. But when you know where you're headed, every choice you make can become a step toward your destination. Once you've defined your desired future, it's time to take a hard look at your current habits and routines. Are the choices you're making today moving you closer to where you want to be? Or are you making choices that are taking you further away from your goals? If your actions today don't align with your desired future, it's time to make some changes. This is where discipline comes in. It's about making the conscious decision to take actions that serve your long-term goals, even when they require effort and sacrifice in the short term. Sometimes making the right choice means saying no to things that are comfortable or familiar. It means stepping out of your comfort zone and taking risks. It means choosing to focus on the work that matters, even when there are distractions pulling you in other directions. The future you desire will not come to you by accident. It will only come to you if you are deliberate in your choices. If you make the decision every single day to move toward it, every choice matters, and every choice contributes to the person you will become. When you make choices that align with your goals, you begin to create momentum. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in life. Once you start making the right choices, even small ones, you begin to build a pattern of success. Each choice you make reinforces your commitment to your future. And as you continue making those choices, the progress becomes exponential. The key is consistency. It's about showing up every day, making choices that support your goals, and staying committed to the process, even when it feels hard. However, making choices today that lead to your desired future isn't just about hard work and discipline. It's also about being aware of the mindset you adopt. If you believe that the future is something that happens to you, you may find yourself stuck in a cycle of passivity. But if you believe that you can actively shape your future, you'll start making decisions that reflect that belief. Your mindset is everything. A mindset focused on growth, possibility, and opportunity will naturally lead to choices that support your future success. Another crucial aspect of making choices today is understanding the impact of your decisions on the long term. Too many people get caught up in short-term thinking. They make choices based on immediate satisfaction, without considering the consequences those choices will have on their future. For example, choosing to procrastinate today may feel good in the moment, but it sets you back in the long term. Choosing to neglect your health today might seem harmless, but over time it can have serious consequences. Your future is built by the small choices you make every day, and every choice has a ripple effect. It's also essential to remember that the road to your desired future will not be smooth. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and moments when things don't go as planned. But that doesn't mean your choices today are wasted. The obstacles you face are part of the journey. They are not signs that you should give up, but opportunities to grow stronger and more resilient. When things get tough, your ability to keep making the right choices, to keep moving forward despite challenges, will determine how far you go. Your ability to stay focused on your goals, even when the road gets rough, will lead you to success. One of the most powerful choices you can make today is the choice to take responsibility for your life. You are the creator of your future. No one else can make your dreams come true for you. Your future is in your hands, and the choices you make today are the building blocks of your success. Don't wait for someone to give you permission to pursue your dreams. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The time to act is now. The choices you make today are what will shape your tomorrow. And the more deliberate and intentional those choices are, the closer you will get to living the life you want. It's also important to recognize that there will be people and circumstances that try to pull you off course. There will always be distractions. There will always be people who doubt you. And there will always be challenges. But the more you focus on making choices that align with your goals, the easier it becomes to stay on track. The world will try to distract you, but your choices will define your destiny. Every day is an opportunity to make choices that move you closer to your dreams. Don't waste time waiting for things to fall into place. Take the first step today, no matter how small, and start building the future you desire. Each choice you make is a reflection of your commitment to your goals. And with every choice, no matter how simple, you are creating the life you've always wanted. So ask yourself, what choices can you make today that will bring you closer to your desired future? What can you do today to take one step forward, even if it's a small one? The future you want starts with the decisions you make right now. Choose wisely, stay committed, and know that every choice brings you closer to the life you were meant to live.